I am not given to hyperbole. It's a new word I learnt. Google it, you peasants. The Southport killer bought his murder weapon on Amazon. Therefore, Jeff Bezos is 100% to blame for these attacks, along with Elon Musk for teaching this poor Welsh choir boy everything that he knows about extremism on X. I believe Bill Gates is to blame as well. All three of them should be in prison. Bill Gates especially. Not only did he create the computer that this poor boy used to Google knives and look at extremism, but he also created the web browser. I'm going to take a caller. James, Stoke-on-Trent. You are live on LBC.
What about this guy that drove the car in the Christmas market?
Thank you, James, but I'm going to cut you off there because it does not take an intellectual to know that the blame for those Christmas market killings falls solely on the marketing team at BMW for making that vehicle so desirable to the man that drove it into those people. This is not rocket science. Okay, Sean in Oxford, you're live on LBC.
What about the case of Fred West?
Fred West, what's that got to do with anything? I'm cutting you off. Homebase was to blame for all the people that died in the Fred West case, for selling him the paving slabs he used when he was laying his patio over the dead bodies. We know this. Listen, using the same logic, it's very easy to determine that in the P. Diddy case, he was not to blame for the freak-offs and all the crazy, depraved sex acts. It was actually Johnson & Johnson for manufacturing such high-quality, easy-to-use baby oil. Bonnie Blue, for instance, she's off the hook. It's not her fault that she let 1,000 men sleep with her. No, it's Manscaped's fault. It's a male grooming clipper that makes your cock look desirable. I mean, how could she turn down penises looking that good? And look, Meghan Markle, for instance, it's not her fault for turning the royal family into a laughing stock. No. I blame Ann Summers for that. For making the dildo she pegged Harry into submission with. And listen, it wasn't Joe Biden's fault that he forced America to go into a deep recession. I blame Pampers for giving Joe the confidence throughout his day, just in case he shat himself. The list goes on. You know, we've got 9/11, for instance. For far too long, the true perpetrators of 9/11 have gone unpunished, but for no longer. Now, it would be ridiculous to blame the Wright brothers, those aviation pioneers who invented and flew the plane. I'm sure you'll all agree with me that the true villains are the pigeons, the crows, and other feathered fascists that inspired them to build the plane in the first place. Of every year, sadly, refugees, they end up dying unnecessarily in the English Channel. And who's to blame? The British government, the French government? Oh, my poor, deluded disciples. They're just smokescreens for the real offenders. It's hydrogen and the oxygen twins. Alone, they're not a threat, but you combine them together, they create a substance that fills the English Channel that is the most vile liquid, simply known by bigots and racists alike as water. Pure evil. And it still to this day lurks in our taps and our toilets. Let's take one more caller. James from Guildford, you're live.
I think we should have a go at Durex for selling your dad a condom with a hole in it.
I'll cut you off there.
You now,